this computer. Okay, hello, I'm Michelle. I'm a business acceleration coach, and I've been making videos for quite some time, and I started out terribly. So if you go back through my Facebook feed and watch anything, you will absolutely kill yourself laughing, and I'd encourage you all to do it so that you know that eventually you actually end up being confident. Now, I've always been able to talk the hind leg off a dog because I come from a teaching background and a management background, so talking has never been my problem, but I understand when you say you're afraid to turn up in front of the video because it feels like forever. Right? If you make a video, then it's out there floating around forever, but it's not. Even if you do a live on Facebook, at the end, you can press delete. You don't have to keep it. And live videos with all of my coaching clients, that's how I get them to be brave. I get them to turn up and I get them to do lives whether they want to or not. Mostly they're kind of wanting to vomit in fear, but they do it. And after they've done 3, they're away laughing. So I promise you the best way to get good at video is just doing it. Now, when I first started making video, there was nothing out there like this. No one was doing little short courses, and they certainly weren't doing it for free. And I spent hours and hours and hours on YouTube trying to learn everything that I could and wasted so much time. So what I'm going to give you here is honestly going to save you about 200 hours. And I don't want you to have to flounder around for 200 hours and learn these silly little tricks to make you show up and do your videos properly. So I'm going to try and give you as much as I possibly can. And if you think that you know someone else that needs help with videos or needs help with coaching, I'd really appreciate it if you would pass my name along to them. Let's go ahead and get cracking. You've all told me what kind of video you want to make, and I want you to hold that video type in your mind. And before I turn up and I do any sort of video, the questions that I ask myself is, what do I want the person to come away thinking, feeling, or knowing? That is always the beginning point. Whether you're doing a Facebook post, whether you're making a course, whether you're doing anything, you should always start with, what do I want the person to think, know, and feel, starting with the end in mind, right? So I want you to kind of hold that thought as I take you through a series of questions. So let me just share my little screen with you. We don't want that. And we don't want, oops, a daisy. I really don't want that. Okay, here we go. All right, so I won't blow it out to the big full screen, otherwise I might end up losing you all. So let's just do it from this format here. So video matters. We all know, right? Like, you literally can't do marketing of your business these days without video. So whether you feel low, medium, or high confidence is really of no relevance as to whether you're going to do video or not, because you just don't have a choice. You just have to do it. But I promise you, once you start doing it, you actually will find that you get more confident. So the power of video depends on the energy you bring to it. And this is why you don't want other people to do your marketing. And sure, it's okay when you're really big and you don't have the time and you've got lots of money to chuck at it. But the thing is in the beginning, and even my clients that are making a lot of money, they always come back to doing their own videos and their own marketing, because people are attracted to you. So it's your energy that attracts a person into a business. And if it's someone else doing the marketing, it's their energy. And then the person comes to you and they're like, oh, well, this isn't really what I thought it was going to be, because it's a different energy, right? So you're far better off to do your own. And I want to show you how you can do it really quickly and really easily. So mission-based marketing is different to other kinds of marketing. We don't go, you know, this is your pain point and I'm going to stamp all over it until you're begging to give me money and sign up for something these days. We just connect with people on a real level. So that's good for you to know. When you make videos now, just be honest. The more honest and the more real and the less polished you are, the better your video is going to be. Honestly, scripted videos are not a good idea. However, if you do want to script a video, in the beginning, if you're like, oh my God, I'm just too nervous, I'm going to forget what I want to say because I'm just too nervous, there's a couple of things that I would suggest to you. One is the reflex. You know how babies suck their thumb in the womb and they suck their thumb when they come out? It's because it triggers relaxation in the brain, basically. So if you hold your thumb and wrap your hand around it, no one ever knows what you're doing, right? It just looks like it's that in front of a table. So you can stimulate that reflex in yourself to calm yourself down a little bit. The other thing that you can do that you'll see a lot of politicians and public speakers doing in public is peace begins with me, and that stimulates all the meridians. That's another way to calm yourself down. I did a lot of that in the beginning. Don't have a drink before you get on and do a video to calm yourself down. That's a bad idea. Joking. Okay. What was I telling you? Oh, about being nervous about doing it. Mission-based marketing. People search for solutions, not modalities. One of the really common problems that I see in a lot of my coaching clients is they get on and they say, you know, we've got a physiotherapist on here, right? So shall I use that as an example? Do we have a physiotherapist on here? Did someone say? I can't remember. Okay, well, let me use a massage therapist instead then, because I know Louise is a massage therapist. So some people get onto a video and they go, we're the best massage therapists out. We do myofascial release and we do hot stone massage and we do tissue. And this is why you want, you know, the hot stone, because it relaxes all the myofascial tissue. And then we can get deeper into the knots and the fibers. And people are just like, oh, I don't care. I've got sore muscles. I want to know what you're going to do for me. So when you think about your messaging, that's what people think whenever they meet somebody new, whenever they go into a new course, whenever they meet a person in real life, whenever they're watching a video, they're thinking, 1, do I like this person? 2, what's in it for me? And 3, will it solve my problem? So those 3 things are worth writing down. Will I like this person? What's in it for me? And will this lady solve my problem? So when you're planning out what you're going to say, once you've moved on from what do I want the person to think, feel, or do after this video, then move into thinking, how am I going to get them to like me? Well, I'm going to be real. I'm just going to be a real person. And if I make a mistake and fudge up a word, it doesn't matter. I just carry on, because that's what real people do. And real people don't use big acronyms and big fancy words. They just talk. And how does a person know I'm going to solve the solution? Because I'm going to say, I'm a massage therapist and I could tell you all the tools that I'm going to use, but you really don't care. You've got a tight muscle and you want me to solve it. 10 out of 10 people that come to me tell me that they have massive relief instantly. That just builds and builds and builds when they go home over the next 2 or 3 weeks. That's what they want to know. That's all you have to tell them. You can waffle all these other words around it, but when you waffle, you're actually diluting it. So I don't know whether you've seen me do, I do live trainings on my Facebook group. If you want to join that, actually join that. I do lots of free stuff in there, Business Out Loud and Authentic. It's a Facebook group. I get on there and I do like a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute tops training, and I get off, because nobody wants to hear me waffling on. They just want to get the goods and they want to go. People choose you energetically first before emotion is even brought into the equation. That's why you have to show up as the real you. If the real you doesn't wear a lot of makeup, don't put a lot of makeup on to jump on a video. So just be the absolutely real you. Otherwise, then when they come to you and you're a different person, they're like, well, now I don't trust you. You were this fancy lady on the video, and now you're all scruffy. Now your fears block energy and make your marketing fall flat. That's why paying someone else to do your marketing doesn't work until you actually have your messaging sorted out for yourself. After a client resonates with your energy, they buy on emotion, and lastly on logic. They make the logic fit. So don't, you know how the old marketing school, I mean, when I went and did my my master's in business administration, and the marketing module was all about, you know, the product and the benefits, and that was how we used to sell. It's not how we're selling anymore. Nobody cares about the benefits. They just want to know, is it real and does it work? That's all they want to know. So that's great for us in videos, right? It's made our lives so much simpler. You just turn up and talk about the results, not the benefits. You have to polarize people. So someone said to me in the beginning that they wanted to promote lots of different services. And I said, I'd explain, Gwenda, I think it might have been you, darling. And I said, I'd explain why it's not a good idea to promote lots of different things at the same time. A confused mind doesn't buy. Can you all write that down? That is honestly the most important marketing thing I could ever tell you. There are 2 minds that won't buy. One that doesn't trust you and one that is confused. Only have 1 message per video. 1 call to action per video. Don't say, and you can reach me on Facebook or LinkedIn or my website, and here's my phone number. They'll just be like, oh, just give them 1. So in 1 video, you might give them the phone number. In the next video, you might give them your email. So just 1 call to action is important. And when I say you have to polarize people, what I mean by polarizing people is you actually have to verge on offending people. Otherwise, your message isn't real. Like if you were actually truly talking your sole message and communicating that in a video, it's going to offend somebody. Because when you're polarizing, you're really at the extremes, right? And that's what you want to aim for. You really do want to polarize people. I mean, you don't want to intentionally offend people, but you want to be so authentic that people are either like, oh my God, I'm all in, or oh, I'm all out. Because you don't want the people that are, oh, she could be, right? Because they're not going to turn into good customers. They're not going to be happy with your service or your product, and they're not going to give you great reviews. You only want the people that are like, hell yes, I want that. Give me some of that. You need the clients, you need to love the clients you work with. So if you have lots of services and some of them you're like, yeah, I love doing this, and some of them you're like, you know, you need to get rid of the ones that are because you're never going to sell them properly. Don't even bother promoting those ones with video because you're like, oh, but they're good money spinners. Yeah, I should really promote it because I should be doing some more of it. My advice is don't. Just promote the things that you love doing. That is absolutely the way to make money. Do what you love. People buy to save time, money, or emotions. You need to think clearly. So write that down maybe. People buy a product or a service to save, basically. And they're either saving time, money, or emotions. And have a think about where you fit. So think about the video that you said you wanted to make at the beginning and think, where are you fitting? What are you saving the person? Are you saving them time? Are you saving them money? Or are you saving them hurt feelings? Honing your message. I hope you've got a little bit of scribbly paper and a pen. These messages are important, and it'd be great if you could write them down because it'd be good for you to go back to them every time you're going to do a video. I am going to chuck them up into the chat box for you. Oops. So that you have them forever. So you can go ahead and cut and paste them out of the chat box if you like. There's my chat box on. Oh, not sure I can chat box you actually while I am sharing my screen. So I'll do that for you afterwards. So who are you and what do you do? Make it really simple. Who are you? What do you do? One thing, the one main thing that you do. So, hi, I'm Louise. I'm a massage therapist. I relieve pain. Hi, I'm Louise. I'm a massage therapist. I help people to relax. Like if you had a tagline, what would it be? If you had a 10-second elevator pitch, what would it be? Why do you get better results than anyone else? Is it because you've been in the industry for 10 years, you've seen and done it all? Is it because you have a knack for really understanding what someone's trying to tell you? And then what are your clients' big five? What are their big five desires? What are their big five fears? What are their big five challenges? I always connect to my client avatar every time I do any kind of video, promotion, marketing, courses, anything. Because if I'm not connected to my client, I'm going to miss the mark. So what does my client really desire? What are they really afraid of? And what challenges really exist for them? It doesn't have to match your business either. It's just about connecting to your client avatar. So sorry, Louise, I really am picking on you because you're at the top of my screen. Louise coaches with me. She's more than used to being picked on. So for Louise, she might say, my client's 5 desires are to feel pain-free, to be able to go and play golf, to leap out of bed with vigor in the morning instead of creaking around for half an hour while they get their coffee, to have more energy, and to feel younger. Their 5 fears might be getting old and not being able to chase grandkids around, being so decrepit that they can't actually work and make some money. So go big, you know, don't think about the small things. And then their 5 biggest challenges might be that they want to have a massage, but they tell themselves they don't have the time. Or the challenge could be that they want to have massage, but they're embarrassed about their body. Or they're embarrassed that they've let this issue get so bad before they even came to somebody. And then think about how does the solution, or for those that aren't making a product or service video, what is the one thing that you actually want your client to know? Like, how is what you're going to talk about really talk to your client? So I've got, how does your solution solve your client's big 5? But it might just be, how does what you're going to say today really hit the mark for your client? What is the one key thing that you do? A confused mind won't buy. Don't waffle on. What is the one key thing that you want them to know? What packages and delivery methods would best suit your tribe and make you the most money and be the most fun for you? Oops. Okay. Now I want you to think about your video again, and I want you to take a moment to consider how you would alter your true message right now before you even begin planning your video. So with those questions that I asked you before, and if I asked you, yeah, but if you were just really being you and nobody was ever going to watch the video, if it was just me and you here on this call right now, what would you actually say to your client? And I want you to write that down. And then take it a step further. What do your clients really need to hear? Do they need to hear that you're the expert and they can trust you? Do they need to hear, hey, don't worry, there's plenty of other broken bodies out here that did nothing about it. I didn't judge them either. Do they need to hear that they can trust you or that you're the best in your field? What is the one thing they really need to hear? Does everyone need a little breath to catch up? Am I going too fast?
I'm going okay.
Okay, good. Okay, so when you're in the planning stage of making your video, what is the purpose of the video? So the purpose is, what action do you actually want your client to take? Do you want them to buy something? Do you want them to message you? And what do you want the client to feel? Confidence, happy, shocked? And then this is the same way that I make any Facebook post. I think, what do I actually want the person to come away thinking, knowing, or feeling? And then I think, what is the emotion behind that? So it might be joy, it might be calmness, it might be satisfaction. And then I think, what color best represents that? Like if there was a color that represented that overall, let's use Louise because we've used it all way along. So the emotion might be that she wants people to feel, oh, it's actually achievable. I can have a broken body but fix it. So you might want them to feel like I can do this. And so would the I can color be yellow? And then how are you going to tie that into your branding? So here I'm starting to move a little bit into backgrounds and kind of what you do in the background of that. And then you need to think about where you're going to use your video. If you're going to put it on Instagram, it needs to be really short. It needs to be under 3 minutes, I think. A Facebook post can be up to, Facebook video can be up to 60 minutes. I think it can be quite long. And of course on your website, you can have whatever you want. But if you're uploading big clunky videos to your website, it's going to slow your website down. So what I would suggest that you do is you upload a video to YouTube and then you just put the URL link into your website. Okay, all right, before we even go into that, let's talk videos, let's talk background, let's talk lighting, let's talk how you do it. So if you're looking in the background of me, that's a staged set in my office, basically. But when you look at me and what I'm wearing and the type of person that I am, and when you consider that my coaching is all about empowering women to have the business of their dreams, see how my background matches it? It's feminine, and it's got some depth, it's got some height, it's got some texture. So I really consider the background, and I'm just looking down here. Some of you have some backgrounds that you can make look really quite good. So think about your background. If you have a plain background, all the better. See how my background is blue? It's painted that blue on purpose because it goes with anything. No matter what I put in front of it, it will go with everything. And it's a restful color. You don't want like a bright yellow background or something that's going to distract from you. So you want you to be the main focus, but a little bit of interest behind you. Does it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you don't want things cutting your head off. So for example, if I had a shelf behind me and it was like literally going through my ears, that would be quite distracting. So you want to be careful that your background is not detracting from what you're actually doing. When you're doing videos, don't wear prints, wear bold colors, bold plain colors. Orange doesn't show up very well on video. Orange is about the only color that's a bit weird. So stay away from stripes and patterns and yeah. When you're doing a video, don't have lots of clunky jewelry that's going to rattle, especially if you're going to use a lavalier that you clip onto your clothes. You'll get a whole lot of rustling and clinking going on. So really think about your accessories and what you're going to wear. As far as lighting goes, and because it's so simple, you're going to be like, what? The only rule is that you really want the light to be in front of you so that it's shining on your face. So where my computer is, where I do all my recording, the sun shines directly in my window. So my recording actually looks much better during the daytime because you can see right now that I have a little bit of shadow, right? But if I had the light shining right in my face, I wouldn't have any shadow at all. But there are some tricks and tips. I'll just see if I've got one in my drawer to show you. This is basically a little baby ring light. And it just basically, not even sure if it's got any batteries because I do all my recording during the day now, but I don't even know how to turn it on. Excuse me while I have a tech failure. So you just basically turn it on and you can turn it up, see how it gets much brighter. And then what you do is it's a little clampy mouth and you just clamp it over your phone or over your video and basically it goes right around my camera. Can you see now how I don't have any shadow on my face? So that's without. See how I've got some shadow? That's with. See how I'm much better.
Wow. So what did you call that? A ring light?
It's a little baby ring light, yeah.
Hmm.
You just find it on Amazon or somewhere like that. If you only have lighting in the back of you, it looks really rubbish. You know, like you think, oh, I have that beautiful scenery in the background. It's the worst thing you can do because the light's behind you. So like that's not really bright enough to show you, but if the light's behind you, it won't look as good. So try and have the light in front of you. The other thing, I'll just dismantle my recording studio to show you my little tricks. Just bear with me while I shake the computer around. This is called a gooseneck. Are you all getting a good close-up look at my paws? Okay, this is a gooseneck. So this little gooseneck, he just clips onto anywhere, like onto the side of a door, onto your desk, anything. You can also get little octopus ones that stick onto the glass. And basically, he will hold my phone for me. So I just put my phone in there, and then this twists around so I can have it at whatever angle I want it. Now, the reason that you'd go ahead and use one of those is you do not want to be recording on your phone and having, excuse me for a second. No, that's not going to work. That'll have to wait till later. You don't want to have your phone shaking all around. Even if you think you can hold it really still, you can't, because even just breathing moves the camera. If you don't want your video to look amorish, don't have any movement in it. If you don't have a gooseneck, you can just simply get your bar stool and put a whole lot of books on it and put your phone up on there. You don't have to have any fancy equipment. And just, I mean, we live in New Zealand, right? So the light coming in is going to be perfectly good enough to help you make a great video. Any questions about lighting? Okay. All right. Lighting, background.
Actually, Michelle, there was one thing I wanted to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Is it better to have the lighting coming down or up?
Yeah, that's a good question. if you have lighting coming up, you're going to get shadows under your eyes. If you have lighting going down, you can get kind of saggy baggy sort of things going on. It's better having it directly aimed at you.
Right.
You can get these little lights here.
I've got a ring light on a tripod, but it just doesn't go down as far as I need it to. So it's probably what's helping to emphasize the bags.
Why do you want it to go down, babe?
It's too high, so it's towering above me rather than actually being at computer level. So
does it not have a little stand that you can lower?
Yeah, it is. It's on a tripod, but it doesn't seem to go down any further than what I've got.
So it's like one of these. So it's like on a tripod, but it's a ring light.
Yeah.
And it doesn't go down low enough?
No, it sort of stays about yay height. So what I'll do. I mean, I've actually, funnily enough, I've got it on my desk, but I'll put it on my. Just it's a bit sideways. If I put it on the floor.
You could always record standing up rather than sitting down. So you could move your computer or your phone up higher so that you're more eye level with the light.
Yeah. Okay.
The other thing that you can do, like I don't think I've got any downstairs with me in my recording studio, but there's little white umbrellas that you can have that you can put over them so it diffuses the light rather than it be so shining in your face.
Okay.
But I would have a play around with just recording with direct sunlight.
Yeah.
It's much more friendly.
Yes. The last time I did a recording, the bags were showing quite dramatically, and I thought, oh no.
It's really distracting. Often in the early days when I recorded myself, I used the back of my phone rather than the front of my phone because I couldn't bear looking at myself, and I never go back and watch a video of myself even now. It's too cringy. And my daughter's like, please, could you stop like posting them in public areas? All my friends laugh. It's like, oh, so be it. But if you're recording on your phone, the front-facing camera is not as good a quality as the back-facing camera. So you're actually better off to record like that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Who's recording on camera and who's recording on phone?
Camera. Yeah.
You mean laptop? From your laptop?
Yeah.
Yeah. Laptop.
Okay. And depending on the quality of your laptop as to the quality of the picture, but iPhones have really good quality cameras. So if you're struggling with quality, I'd switch to your phone.
Okay.
In the beginning, I did everything on my phone for a number of reasons, really. Like it's actually a lot easier from your phone to begin with, especially when it comes to editing. Yeah. Okay, so we've talked background. With backgrounds, if you don't have a suitable background, get a plain coloured sheet and tack it up. But don't have wrinkles and saggy baggy in the sheet, and like make sure it looks like a wall behind you. Don't have mess behind you. Make sure you're somewhere that it's really nice and clear and clutter free. Unless of course you're doing a video on how to clear the clutter from your kitchen or something like that. A lot of people will go and record at the beach or in nature, and then they're talking about, I don't know, how to wrangle children into bed. It's like, what's that got to do with the beach? You don't want your background to tell a different message to what your video is telling you. So think carefully about that. And if you really can't find a suitable background, then you can just get a screen. So you can get scenery screens, you can get an office screen, you can get all sorts of screens. You just go and buy them off Amazon. They're really cheap. I think you can even buy them off Wish. And then you just pop them up onto a tripod. Does that cover all of your questions about backgrounds, lighting? Good. Oh, and what about sound? So the sound is actually pretty good on your iPhone. Sound on a computer can be absolutely shit unless you've got a Mac. The Macs have got okay computers. If you don't have a good microphone, then you want something like this. This is look at this. I'm going to show you really closely. They only had camouflage coloured microphones. I'm like, oh, that is just not going to cut it. So I painted it with pink nail polish. Look.
Perfect.
I know. And my branded colour nail polish. I was like, yeah, nah, Not having that rubbish. So this is a USB. So it plugs into my computer. And when I was doing it off my laptop and I didn't have my Mac, I'd plug this into my computer, and it gives that beautiful, crystal clear studio quality sound. I think I paid $250 for this microphone. It was worth every damn penny.
What one is it, Michelle?
It's a painted over it. No, it's a CAD U37. It's the best on the market. Don't muck around with cheap microphones. You'll end up wanting to stab yourself in the face. Most laptops will have a slight buzzing sound in the background, and it's really amateurish. It will stop people from concentrating on what you're saying. The other thing that you can do, guys, is if you've got a Zoom account, which I presume you'll do because we're right here on Zoom, you can just record yourself on Zoom.
Can you edit on that?
A little bit, not a lot. So once you get really good and you're used to what you say, I actually record in Zoom a bit because whatever comes out my mouth is what's going to be recorded now. Like, I don't have time to muck around. I've stopped caring so much, you know what I mean? But in the beginning, when you really want to edit, you're better off doing it on your iPhone. Honestly, on your iPhone is the best place to edit. So we're going to move into editing.
What about for all of us Samsung people?
Get an iPhone. When's your birthday, Karen?
A long way now.
Oh no. Well, there must be something coming up. Yeah, so if you're recording on a Samsung, that's absolutely fine. There's a different piece of editing software that I'll teach you about. Okay, so don't worry about it. There's something for everyone. If you are going to record on your phone, you can edit in something called InShot. And I'm going to show you a little clip that I've pre-recorded for you using Loom on my computer to show you how I actually go and edit something. So don't think too hard about it for now. Editing used to take me hours. Like InShot and all these amazing things have really only just come out. But in the beginning, when I was doing videos, I'd spend literally all day editing a video. Nothing makes you want to kill yourself more than editing a video all day and then accidentally deleting it. It's happened more than once.
Yes.
Thank goodness for wine. Okay, so if you record on your phone, edit in InShot. If you're recording on your computer, edit in Typedo. So InShot is just an app that you can use on your phone. You can't use it on your computer. And Typedo, you can't use it on your phone, but you can use it on your computer. But they both work relatively similarly. If you can use one, you can use the other. Sound definitely matters. Don't have ums, ahs, ers. If you're really worried about not being able to talk properly, talk really slowly. And if you make a mistake, like you say the F-bomb, pause. 2, 3, 4, 5. Carry on talking because you'll be able to edit it out. I personally like all the F words in my videos so they don't get edited out. But if you do make a mistake, that's what you do, pause. If you don't pause, it's going to be a nightmare to try and edit. Sound matters, but authenticity matters more. If you have to choose between sound quality and actually getting your actual message out there, just get your message out there. Okay, we've talked about cheap, about appearance and sound and background. Okay. Editing is 100 times easier than you think. I've tried more than 50 video editing apps, not lying. And the two that you want are Typedo and InShot. And if you want to make something really creative, then iMovie's great. iMovie's actually really, really good. And I'm going to show you in a minute a little introductory video that I made on iMovie, and you'll see just, I mean, like I'm not a pro by any stretch of the imagination. And you'll see it actually looks not too bad. But first of all, I'm going to show you how to edit. Is this going to play? Come on, don't be naughty. Why not play? So this is using Typedo, which is on the computer. And if I was doing it on my iPhone, I'd be using InShot. Upload your own videos, or you can upload stock videos that have like beaches and waves crashing and all sorts of other videos. You probably won't use that, but I have gone in and used that today. with Typedo, you can brand your video in any way you like. You can brand it, you can put your logos on it. It's actually a little bit more flexible than InShot, and it's easier to use because of course it's on your computer, so it's got a really large screen. So this is my whole video here. And if I move this little yellow part here, it takes me to different stages in the video. Okay, so I can cut it and I can add a new segment into the video. I could do all sorts of things, but I'm gonna just keep it really basic for you guys and show you what I do when I'm in a hurry and I want to edit videos. So I basically add a title. So come down here to titles, and then it's going to come up with a whole lot of pre-made options for you. And then you simply go in and edit those pre-made options. Hey, what do you normally use when you edit your videos?
Well, I'm using iMovies at the moment. I haven't used
really clunky.
That's really easy, yeah.
This is so much
easier.
Okay, so then I just pick something that I like. I always use the same one, but you guys can use whatever you like. So see, I'm showing you all the different types that you can have. Well, let's just go ahead and pick something. Or let's just show you what lower third looks like. Sometimes I use this one here if I've got a lot to say. So let's select that one. Sometimes I select this one here so I can put a picture. See how it's got a picture on the right hand side? I use that one and then I put a picture either of my business logo or of my face on that side, and then I'd have the title of the video on the purple part, and then I'd have my call to action down there. But if I was going to say a lot of stuff, then I might choose this one. So we're going to go ahead and choose that one. Now, if you see this little pink bar up the top here, that's where I've overlaid what I'm saying. So if I don't extend that, then it would only be saying it on that short segment of the video, and that's fine. You might just want to say something in the middle of your video, or the beginning of your video, or at the end of your video.
So guys, can you see those little peach coloured dots along the top? If I wanted the writing to be longer, I just extend it out along those peach little things at the top.
Then you've got to make sure that you scroll along. Did you see what I did? I grabbed that and just moved it along. And I keep grabbing and moving along and dragging those words the whole length of my video.
So that basically means when a person plays back the video, they're going to get those same words across the whole top. So, you know, when you look at a branded video and you see the coloured background and you see, you know, Michelle Business Coach in the top, that's what I've done. I've just added words and dragged it along the top.
And I can make it bigger if I so wish. If I wanted to put in more words, getting you more clients because you're great, blah, blah, blah. And then I would say probably my call to action would be next. Book a call now. And then I'd have my business name down the bottom. Michelle, Business Acceleration Coach. And then I would continue editing with the colours because yellow is not my branding colour. I'm pinks and greens. So I'm going to change it to that. And then I'm going to move it up to the top because I don't want it in the way of my face. And then it doesn't matter where you look along the video, you're going to find those words. Is that easy enough for everyone to follow?
Mm-hmm.
Then you can go in and add some music. Oops, it's just taking a little breath.
So iMovie's kind of the same, guys. You can add music in iMovies, you can add music in any of the apps.
And dragged on it. Sometimes I put a different call to action on the very last part of the video. So I might have book a call now or phone me now and have my phone number. Do you want me to show you how to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, so I might go, okay, just scroll to the end of this moving a bit. Okay, so we might go, I might put an icon in there, so I might put that I want them to follow me on YouTube, say, if that was the call to action. So let's click YouTube. And here it is there. We can move it around, we can make it bigger.
I can move it down to the bottom right hand corner, and then I can add some words if I wanted to say follow me now. I'm just going to pause that, guys, because that's basically what it is. So Typedo allows you to brand it so that it looks professional, and that's the difference between a video that looks professional and one that doesn't. So if it's just you and it's just a talking head, it's really boring. So you want different words coming in at different times. Like at the end, you might have a call to action. So call me now to get such and such a product on 021, blah, 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 blah. So you can have a call to action, and at the whole time I'd have my business name across the top. There's nothing worse than watching a video and not knowing who the actual business is, right? So we want to build trust. So we definitely want them connecting to our videos. Okay. All right. Now I want you to really think about your marketing message. So I want to take you all back to what kind of video you were going to make. A lot of you wanted to make an introduction video, so I'm actually going to show you mine. And this is an example. I made this video in iMovies, and in iMovies you can pinch in on a video or a photo, and you can chop in and out lots of photos and different bits and pieces, so you get a bit of variety. Because if it's just a talking head, it gets a little bit boring. So you want a mixture of pictures, you want to, you know, loud and soft sounds, and you want close-ups and not close-ups. So let's go and have a look at this. Oh, who else cringes when they look at themselves on a website, honestly? Let's go through to the about me. Okay, so just watch this because it's got some different in and out. I'm really looking forward to getting to know you a little bit better. So you're on my About Me page, so you probably want to know a little bit more about me. See how then I segued into having some photos. So I talked, and then when there were some photos. And I have been brought up by a series of empowered women. My mother, my grandmother, I really have had the most amazing role models. But let me tell you, it didn't stop me from having. So then I pinched out on the video, so it zoomed up on my face. It's still the same video clip. 99% of women, even the ones that you see nailing it in the online space, they still have their demons to fight. And I want you to know that I'm a normal person just like you. And see how I chose a part where I really wanted them to hear what I was saying to zoom into the video? The truth is that we're always growing. Constantly and continually challenge those stories, bust through the bullshit, and really that's what I'm all about. I see, and there's mistakes in there, right? Like the sound quality doesn't quite fade in and come in at the right points, but it honestly doesn't matter. My favourite things to do are to ride my horse. Anything to do with my horse, brushing my horse, sniffing my horse, doing up my horse truck. That's really all about me. I'm all about the energy. I live in a beautiful farm in Puhui, in my beautiful little office that my husband built for me. And I live here with my husband and my 16-year-old daughter and all of our animals. And it truly is a blessed place. And I feel truly blessed that I get to show up and make a difference in your guys' lives. So take a look around, and I really hope to meet you in person online really soon. Bye for now.
Michelle?
Yeah.
So did you call that pinching in when you went in?
Yeah. Yep. So it's in iMovies. Let me see if I can go and grab iMovie and show you. Okay. It's just taking a little minute to open. Come on, open up. So when you're doing an introductory video, it doesn't really matter what you talk about. It's more getting your audience to connect with you. They want to know what you do in your personal life, and like that's really not me telling people about my personal life. I've got no interest in telling people where I live, but that's what makes people feel comfortable, right? That's what they want to know about you. Oh, it's not going to open for me. Okay, all right. Well, we'll just let it try and. Come on. No, it's not going to let me. Okay, so now I want you to have a think about the videos that you actually want to make and what message you actually want your clients to hear. So pick one product or service or one thing and pick the one thing you want your clients to know, feel, or come away doing. And then you're going to write your messages. So writing your message needs to be really clear. Have a little bash at something, you know, like, hi, my name's Louise. And what did you want to do, Louise? You wanted to make people feel confident about your services. Hey, I'm Louise, and I've been a massage therapist for 10 years. And today I just want to talk to you a little bit about most of what I see in the salon. I have a lot of people that come to me that were nervous in the beginning, and that really shocked me that someone was nervous, but I get it, right? Like, I get to see people's bodies all day, but I understand for you don't get to show your body to people all day. So I just want you to feel really comfortable. I never judge any person. And right now I'm just going to take you on a little tour around my office, and then you'd show them around. You go, hey, it's been great chatting to you, and see you next time. And if you'd like to find out more, then you can click through to this website and have a little look here. So depending on what the messages you're saying as to what your call to action would be, I wouldn't say, so go ahead and book with me, because my actual purpose was to get the person feeling confident. If I go, hey, I'm friendly and I'm just here to chat to you and I want you to buy from me, see how the messages don't quite match?
Yeah.
So, hey, I'm friendly and you can trust me and I'd love you to learn more about me. So just be careful that there's not a dissonance between what you're asking your client to do and the message that you're coming up with. Okay, so this here, see if I haven't really done this on my Mac. I normally do it on my phone. So excuse me while I'm a bit clunky. I'm not convinced I can do it. How do I cut? Normally, so wherever anything is yellow, see how I can shorten it or I can lengthen it. So if you're doing a bit of fluffing around in the beginning, you can just shorten the length of your video. And anything that's yellow is what you're currently working on. So yellow's highlighted. Wow, it stopped on an awful looking thing. You should be able to cut. So there should be a place where I can click, and when I cut, that's when I can then go in and search another picture. How do I edit in this? Media, import media.
Well, Dad's meant to be buying it on the way home. Are you going now? Eh?
So see, if I wanted to add something else in, if I'd clicked and I'd cut it, I could just simply drag that down and pop it in there. But we don't want to replace it. I wonder if it would insert.
You know what you like.
Oh, there you go. So that automatically broke it for me.
Right,
And then
right.
if I wanted to come into the actual video, then you can zoom in and you can zoom out. And I'm honestly not sure where it is up here, guys, because like I say, I normally do it on my phone, but it'll be somewhere around here. That's obviously changing color palettes. That's rolling stutter. That's the sound. You can also an iMovie on your phone, so you must be able to do it on your Mac, but like I say, I just don't use it in here. You can actually detach the movie from the sound. So you saw in one of my videos, where actually if you go and look at my homepage, you'll see that there's me talking in there or doing things in there, but you can't hear me talking or doing anything. That's because I've split the sound off, because I didn't like what I was saying, but I liked the video that I took. So I just took the video, split the sound off it, ditched the sound, and then I added music over the top. So you can do all sorts of different creative things in iMovie that you can't do on Typedo and InShot. But honestly, to start with, just do Typedo and InShot, because it could take you all day to edit in iMovie. But there's lots of really cool tutorials on YouTube to go and use iMovie. And you can only use iMovie if you have a Mac or a phone, I'm sorry. There's actually no equivalent for an Android, which is very exclusionary, isn't it? But that is the way that it is. Right. Okay, right. Does everyone want to have a little bash at writing what they're going to say?
Michelle, can I just ask you something about when you're recording? Is there a rule to how close you should sit next in the camera? Should you be sort of just a head and shoulders, or should you be a whole body picture, or?
Yep, that's a good question. And if you guys want to email me on michellebussinesscoach@gmail.com, I'll give you guys a whole lot of cheat sheets that takes you through absolutely everything, like where you should sit, how close, how far back, how much you should be taking up. But yeah, basically you want a little bit of space above your head. So basically where I am now is about right. You've got a little bit of my shoulders and you've got a little bit of space above my head.
Okay.
Sorry, Michelle, the email again?
Is Michelle, I'm going to put it into the message for you. Oops.
We could just send our emails in the chat box if you want.
It's easier if you email me because then I can just reply to you straight away. There you go.
Thanks.
And if you email me, then I can send you a link to join Business Out Loud and Authentic. And then when you make your videos, you can post them in there, and I'll give you some feedback and some extra tips on them. Okay? And it's a perfectly safe space in there, I promise, isn't it, Louise?
Yes, it is. Yep.
The other thing that you can do, I'm going to give you the cheat sheets for free, and they're really good. They're on sound and audio and what to say, and you know, give you links to some of the tools and stuff. But if you want, I've done a branding course, which is worth quite a lot. But I'm happy to give you not the full training, but just the branding packs. And oh, in fact, you probably can. I'll give you the training. It's about an hour and a half worth of branding information of how you actually get your brand to match what your message is, how to use Canva. There's like an hour tutorial on how to do everything in Canva that took me absolutely years to learn. If you want that, you can have that for $29. So if you want it, just make sure you tell me in the email, and I will flick it through to you. So it's got a 1.5 hour video tutorial on how to use Canva and how to do your branding. And what else did I put in the pack? I think I've got a cheat sheet in there taking you through your branding messaging, and there's one other thing, I can't remember what it is, but you can have all three of those for $29 if you want them. Okay, have a go at writing your messages and then type them up into the chat box.
Michelle, is there an actual length of video if you're just doing an intro that you would recommend? Like, is it just a quick sort of 30 seconds, or should you look at 3 minutes, or what would you aim for?
Definitely keep it under 2 minutes. If you can keep it under a minute, it's even better.
Oh,
We just have short attention spans.
yeah.
And so what are we writing down now? That a little blurb about a product or our intro, or
Yeah. So whatever video you want to do. Hi, my name is such and such, and today I'm going to tell you about, or you know, start with a clincher. You know, hey. So often when I start my live videos, I go, oh my God, I'm going to tell you the most funny thing that happened to me today. And I'd be rolling around laughing. Hey, I'm Michelle, business coach, and what happened that was so funny to me today. So you can see how I do, like, this is why you want to watch it, because it's going to be funny. And they're like, oh, what happened that's so funny? So you want to lead them in like a book. You know, the first thing that comes out of your mouth shouldn't be, hi, my name's Michelle. Because they're like, oh God, you know. So make it something exciting. It's like the first line of a book. And you're not going to get it perfectly straight off, and that's completely fine. That's the whole purpose of you guys doing this, so you can get some confidence. So just write something, and then I'll help you to tweak it.
I'll catch you later, Michelle.
Okay, darling.
Yep. Okay.
Have a good night.
It's been good. Yep.
Good.
I can't really think how to start without saying, hi, it's Kate.
Okay, so let's see.
I'm supposed to be like professional and supportive, I guess. I'm looking at supportive, so I don't really want to tell a funny story or something like that, or they may think,
Okay, so what was your aim? You wanted to do an intro video, didn't you?
Yeah, for physiotherapist, and I guess you're trying to just come across as a supportive person to rehabilitate somebody. I guess I'm trying to give that image.
Yeah. So you could say something like, "Hey, the first thing that I really want you to know is that 95% of my clients that come to me don't actually know what's wrong in their body. They just feel like something's off.
Oh.
Hey, I'm Kim. I'm blah blah blah."
Oh yeah, right. Could you just repeat that and I'll write that?
I can never remember what I say.
It's really easy when you say it. God, it never comes into my head like that.
but you know what, darling? It will eventually.
Yeah.
It's just that at the moment you're thinking too hard. Like if you just try and think that you're just talking to a client, you're not talking to hundreds of people. Because let's face it, in the beginning, you're not talking to hundreds of people, right? You're talking to one or two. So just forget that it's a video and just talk like you would talk to a normal human being. Like if a new client come to you, or if you were to meet a new client in the street or someone come into your clinic, what would be the first thing you'd say to them? If they hadn't booked an appointment, what would you say to me if I walked into your clinic?
Right. Okay.
You might say something like, what brought you into the clinic today? Oh, my neck, or, so, but because you can't actually ask them a question, you have to think about what the question might be. So you might say, you might be wondering what most people come to a physiotherapist for. It's about 50% neck, 25% lower back, and 25% people actually don't know, but they just know there's something wrong. What I want you to know, hey, by the way, I'm Kim from blah, blah, blah physiotherapy, and what I want you to know is that it doesn't matter what's wrong. I have the solution for you. Just trust that I've helped hundreds of other people just like you, and I'd love to invite you into the clinic just to meet me. Just pop in and say hi.
Yeah. Okay.
I know that feels daunting at the beginning, guys. I get it. And I've chucked a lot at you today. Like this, remember, this literally took me years to learn, and I've just poked it all in one side of your ear and hope that you've held it in the other side, So don't don't worry if you're feeling like, whoa, it's a lot.
So Kate.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi Kate. Hey, I'll tell you, when I went to my back surgeon last year, and I'd never met him before, and I was dubious about having an operation, and he said to me, I've done literally hundreds of these operations, and I just went, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I just thought, he's done hundreds. Why am I even giving him support,
So the experience was what made you feel reassured and things.
I had looked at him on the internet and thought he's done 10 years of, is 10 years enough of operations? I'm not sure. I don't know. It's my back.
Yeah.
And I was quite like, is 10 years enough? I was even asking people, do you think 10 years of being a back surgeon is long enough?
How long should it be? 100 years, and he should be 150.
You do. You want them to look older, but not too old.
He was quite young looking as well. And I was like, oh. And then he went, I've done literally hundreds. And I just went, yeah, book me in 2 weeks' time, thanks.
Yeah. Okay.
I was just sold the minute, that was face to face, but
yeah.
Between looking at his website and face to face, it was him telling me that just sold it.
Yeah.
I never gave it a second thought after it.
Yeah.
Guys, when I give you the templates, when you email me and I email you back with the cheat sheets, it's actually got a format for what you can say. So it actually gives you insert the spaces. So if you're struggling to come up with what to say now, that the cheat sheets will help you a little bit more. Okay. But mostly what I wanted to help you do today, rather than really come up with your actual message, is to start thinking about what that is. You know, what is the most important thing that you're saying? What is the outcome of the video that you're doing? And I wanted to give you those tech tools because honestly, it took me absolutely years. And it's the one thing that I just do repeatedly over and over and over with my business coaching clients is teach them how to be, well, I mean, hello, women empowerment, right? I'm teaching women how to be absolutely brave and badass because no one will come to you if you're the best kept secret. It's as simple as that.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Has this been useful for everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Just quickly chuck up into the chat box for me. Has your confidence level shifted at all? So you were all low. I didn't. Oh, I had Louise who was medium, but everyone else was low. So type up for me what your level is now. Good. You're all moving on up to mediums. Good. Good. That's fantastic, guys. I'm pleased that we have moved the needle for you. That's what it's all about. So I can't wait to see some of your videos. Email me and I'm going to give you those cheat sheets and I'm going to give you a link to Business Out Loud and Authentic. And then you can pop your videos up in there and I'll give you some feedback on them and then you can tweak them before you launch them on the world at large. Exciting stuff. Kick in the pants, but I do like kicking people in the pants, Karen. That's excellent. Great. All right. It's been fun to do this with you guys. And I'm going to give the recording to Sarah, and I'm sure that Sarah will pop it up onto the Business Whanga Pro website. And yeah, and then you'll all have access to it from there.
Good. Thank you very much, Michelle.
Oh, you're more than welcome. It's my absolute pleasure.
Yeah, thanks, Michelle.
Okay.
Some of the little tips will make a big difference.
Yeah. Excellent. Bye, guys.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.
Okay. Have a nice evening. Bye bye, everyone.
Nice to see you all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.